The road to medium results is paved with good intentions. Let that sink in. The road to medium results is paved with good intentions. Today, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge one of the most praised and most dangerous habits in leadership. This dangerous habit is being nice. The nice CEO, the nice leader, the nice manager. The boss who's always available. The leader who's always emotionally considerate. The leader who just wants harmony. Sounds good, right? But here's the truth. Niceness, when driven by fear, guilt, or seeking for approval, is not kindness. This kind of niceness is weakness, just wearing a friendly mask. And exactly this kills all performance. It kills clarity, it kills trust. In this episode, I am going to show you exactly why people-pleasing in leadership is not noble, but it is destructive. So we're going to talk about number one, why your need to be liked is secretly sabotaging your team. Number two, how nice creates confusion, resentment, and underperformance. Number three, the exact moment where empathy becomes appeasement. And number four, and most importantly, how you can shift from being liked to being respected. You will learn how to reclaim clean and unapologetic authority without becoming a tyrant. And you will get real tools to communicate with clarity, to lead with strength, and to set boundaries that actually build trust. So if you're ready to stop managing emotions and start leading outcomes, then stay with me. This is not about being cold. It is about being clear. Okay. So let's talk about what nice really costs you. Because no one tells you this exact fact when you step into leadership the first time. Because you are taught to be empathetic. You're taught to be emotionally intelligent. You're taught to lead with care. And all of that is good. Until it's not. Until empathy becomes avoidance. Until kindness becomes compromise. Until you're saying yes to things you know you have to say no to. And you do that just to keep the peace. Here's the truth no one likes to admit. Most nice behavior in leadership, it's not coming from a place of love or strength. it's coming from a place of fear. This fear is a fear of conflict, a fear of disappointing people, a fear of being seen as too much, too intense. That is why we sugarcoat, we soften the truth, we delay decisions, we avoid difficult conversations. And then we wonder why performance suffers so much. So let me make this very real. Here are some of the classic nice CEO behaviors. Number 1, you avoid firing someone who's clearly not performing. Number 2, you keep giving second, third, fourth, fifth chances to people who didn't even deserve a second chance. Number 3, you overload yourself instead of setting clear boundaries. Number 4, you say yes when you actually want to say no. And number 5, you over-accommodate to avoid the real confrontation. Does that sound familiar? Well, these things, they don't look very harmful at first glance. In fact, they can make you feel like a good person. But here's what actually happens underneath. Your team gets confused because you're not being clear. Your A players feel frustrated because they are performing, but you also tolerate mediocrity in other people. Your time disappears because you're managing other people's emotions instead of outcomes. And slowly, your leadership loses weight. Not because you don't care, not because you're too careful. But because you please people. Because you want to do everything right. According to Gallup, one of the top reasons employees disengage at work is because of unclear leadership. Not because of harsh leadership, not because of a dominating leader, but because of unclear leadership. So ironically, your niceness, your well-intended efforts to be understanding, liked, and supportive can actually breed resentment, misalignment, and underperformance. Why is that? Because deep down, your people don't want to be cuddled. They want to be led. They want a strong leader. They want to know where they stand. And they want to know where you stand. And they want to feel held, not protected from the truth. Niceness without clarity is not kindness. It only leads to confusion. And that is the hidden cost of the nice leader. So let's talk about the real driver behind all this niceness. It's not generosity, it's not compassion. It's usually people-pleasing, coming from fear. People-pleasing doesn't come from strength. It comes from a deep survival strategy. It's a learned behavior that says, if I keep everyone happy, I'll be safe, I'll be accepted, and I'll be loved. But here's the reality. People pleasing is manipulation in disguise. Not because it's malicious, but because it's self-protective. When you are people pleasing as a leader, you're not actually leading. You are just trying to manage perception. You're prioritizing how others see you over what actually serves the business, the mission, and the team. And so slowly you trade power for approval. Let me say that again. You trade your power for approval. And once you start doing that, your leadership becomes about being liked, not being trusted. And those are very different things. Being liked and being trusted. Here's the line that changed everything for one of my clients. Empathy is connection. Appeasement is weakness. Empathy is connection. Appeasement is weakness. Empathy says, I hear you, I see you, and I care. But I won't compromise what's truth, what's needed, and what I stand for. Compare that to what appeasement says. Appeasement says, I will shrink my truth to protect your feelings. The one builds trust, the other one builds tension. One is leadership, and the other is codependency. So let me ask you, are you actually leading? Or are you micromanaging emotional comfort in your organization, hoping people will like you for it? Here's another truth most leaders avoid. If everyone likes your leadership, you're probably not leading. Let me say that again. If everyone likes you and your leadership, then you're not leading. Because real leadership disrupts comfort. It forces growth. It draws lines. It creates accountability. It reveals gaps in performance, in communication, in character. If your primary concern is how you come across, then you will start to soften edges that were never meant to be rounded. So you will start to tolerate what should be challenged. You will start to explain what should simply be stated. And you'll start to collapse into passivity instead of stepping into clear and grounded power. What is clear and grounded power? It's not loud, it's not forceful, it's not aggressive. But it's clear, it's non-reactive, and it is anchored in values. Clean power says, I am not here to control you. I am not here to fix you. I am here to lead with clarity and let you rise to meet it. When you step into clean power, something shifts. You stop chasing alignment. You start commanding it through presence, standards, and example. You stop asking, is this okay with everyone? And you start asking, what serves this mission best? Okay, so now we pivot. I think you get it. Nice leadership totally backfires. But that doesn't mean the answer is becoming cold, distant, or rigid. You don't need to become a hard ass to be strong and be leading. What you need is clarity. Because clarity is kindness. And clear leaders are the ones people actually respect. So how do you go from nice to clear without losing your warmth, your humanity, and your heart? Let's walk through it together. First, learn to set boundaries without apologizing for it. Boundaries aren't walls, they're invitations to mutual respect. When you say, "This is what I expect. This is what's not okay," with that, you're not being mean. You're being trustworthy. Let me give you an example. I want to support your growth, and that means I won't tolerate missed deadlines without communication. Let me say this again. As an example, I want to support your growth, and that means I won't tolerate missed deadlines without communication. In this way, you state exactly what you want, where you stand, and what the truth is. Another example, you can say, "I care about your role here, and I need you to be fully accountable for your results." Nice leaders talk in circles. They soften every edge. They say maybe when they mean no. That creates confusion. Here's a better way. Speak in short, honest sentences. Let me give you 3 examples. Example number 1. You can just say, "I am not okay with this." That's it. I am not okay with this. If you have a request, you can just say, "We need to fix this by Friday." That's it. No explanation, nothing more than that. We need to fix this by Friday. And if the performance was not there, you can say something like, "This didn't meet the bar. Let's try again." There's no sugarcoating, no over-explaining. It's just the truth. You have to lead with compassion and consequence. Yeah? Not compassion without consequence, not consequence without compassion. You have to lead with compassion and consequence. Most nice leaders have compassion. That's okay, but what they're missing is the consequence. You need both. Compassion alone leads to chaos. Consequence alone leads to fear. And together, you get respect. Try the following sentences. "I understand what happened, and here's what needs to change." Compassion, consequence. Another example. "I care about you." Compassion. "And this behavior can't continue." Consequence. The end is everything. The moment you let go of trying to be liked by everyone is the moment you start leading from the truth. Not from ego, not control, but a deeper truth. Because leadership isn't about being agreeable. It's about being anchored. Anchored in your values, anchored in your vision, anchored in your standards. That is what people around you crave. That is what people around you want. Not another cool boss, not another nice boss, not another people pleaser. They want and crave someone who leads with conviction, with clarity, and with care. Now let's get tactical. Niceness, the people-pleasing kind, is a habit. And like any habit, you unlearn it through practice, awareness, and repetition. So here are 5 leadership practices that you can start using this week. Number 1, build your no muscle. Build your no muscle. Say no out loud without apology. Sentences like, "That doesn't work for me," or "I cannot take that on right now," or "I appreciate the ask and I have to decline." Every no you say from integrity strengthens your leadership spine. So practice number 1, build your no muscle, say no, say it out loud, say it without apology. Leadership practice number 2, feedback reps. Each week, give one piece of direct feedback. For example, "Let's tighten this up," or "That delivery of yours created confusion for me." Or you can say, "You are capable of more." So give direct feedback, and repetition builds resilience, and feedback becomes very normal and very natural. Leadership practice number 3, weekly boundary check-in. Ask, where did I say yes when I meant no? Ask you this question, where did I say yes when I actually meant no? Ask yourself, where did I soften instead of clarify? Where did I soften instead of clarify? And where did I trade truth for comfort? Where did I trade truth for comfort? Write it down and reflect. Recalibrate. Leadership practice number 4. The disapproval tolerance. Let people feel disappointment without fixing it. Breathe, hold your position, let it pass. That's presence and that's leadership. Let people be and feel disappointed. That is okay. Take a breath. Just take it in. And leadership practice number 5. Shift the responsibility. You are not responsible for your team's emotions. But you are responsible for the clarity, for the alignment, and the outcomes you create. So stop performing niceness and start embodying integrity, clarity, alignment. So let's ground this. Let's ground it all. To recap, people-pleasing is fear-based. Leadership is truth-based. And you weren't hired to please, but you were hired to lead. and lead with strength. If you want, I have a challenge for you. I want you to go out and have one conversation that you have been avoiding. Say that one thing. Set that standard. I want you to go to that person or write the email, send the voice, have this conversation that you have been avoiding. And my final thought to this topic is the following. You don't build a real culture by protecting people from the truth. Quite the opposite. You don't build real culture by protecting people from the truth. Your people need the truth in order to build culture. They need reality to hit them. But you stand next to them, you stand with them. And then culture builds. You build culture by showing them what strength looks like in action, in chaos, in crisis, in difficulty. That's how you build culture. And that's how you build a strong culture. So this is it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening to the episode of Stop Being the Nice CEO, People Pleasing versus Power. I am Christoph Sacher, the CEO coach. I want you to be clear, be bold, and be the leader you were built to be. See you in the next episode.